So the New York Knicks sit at 25-13 at third place in the Eastern Conference right now. And I want to talk about the takeaways I have so far for their season. The starting five looks fantastic. I know Mikal Bridges had that clunky jump shot in that first game against the Celtics. He fixed it. He's been playing some amazing basketball this year. Karl-Anthony Towns, I can't say enough about what he's been doing for the Knicks, leading the NBA in rebounding at 14 rebounds a night. Last week against the Thunder, I don't think he attempted one three-point shot. The reason why I love that stat for Karl-Anthony Towns is when you go into a matchup and you have some advantages in the paint where you should be down low, crashing the glass, scoring inside, you're playing to your team's strengths and you're not relying on that jump shot 24/7. One of the biggest complaints from Cat is he's too reliant on the outside shot. He doesn't get in the paint enough. What I love about Cat this year is it seems like he's being more aggressive. He's getting like over 20 rebounds. It seems like almost every night. And again, he's playing to the Knicks culture and what they're looking to establish when it comes to this offense and this defense. Now, I know the defense is in the middle of the pack right now. I believe when they get Mitchell Robinson back, that will help with rim protection because Cat isn't the best rim protector. He's better to play alongside another big guy like Rudy Gobert last year. That's what the Wolves had a lot of success with, that two big man lineup. So hopefully Mitchell Robinson can stay healthy. That is going to be an interesting development, what the Knicks are going to do with Mitchell Robinson. Now, when it comes to their offense, they're just fantastic. They're third in offensive rating right now. Net rating, they're fifth. So they don't have a problem scoring the basketball. That is not an issue for the New York Knicks. Now, the two biggest takeaways I have so far when it comes to the Knicks and what they need to work on is bench production and rim protection. Now, we just talked about Mitchell Robinson, but he's not durable. He doesn't always stay healthy. Then you have a situation with their bench where they're dead last in bench scoring. You've got Cameron Payne, Shamet, and Precious Achiuwa. I mean, these guys aren't the most reliable dudes out there. So if I'm the Knicks and I'm going into the trade deadline, I'm looking to move off a guy or two to upgrade this bench, to add a scorer as a six-man to lead that roster, maybe add another piece next to that six-man, and then go from there. Because the starting five is locked. They have a great starting five. They've proven that they can score the basketball. They move the ball really well as well. If you've watched them on nights, they're unselfish. They play off each other, and they're just getting better. So the chemistry between the starting five is picking up. And I think as the Knicks continue to move on with this regular season, I do love the fact that they are handling the weaker opponents or just beating them down, handling their business. So I love seeing that from the Knicks. Now, when it comes to the bench, they need to make some upgrades. I think they also could use another wing, like a Herb Jones for the Pelicans. There's two teams I'm going to target from the New York Knicks, the Washington Wizards and the Pelicans. You might be able to swap Mitchell Robinson for Valanciunas. I know Mitchell Robinson is one of the heart and souls of the Knicks, but he's not durable. Valanciunas is 32 years old. He's known to get rebounds and help you out in the paint. I don't know if he's the best rim protector, but again, he's an upgrade because he can stay durable. And then you have Herb Jones. You know, the situation of the Pelicans right now is just not good. They've had a lot of injuries. Zion just got back for the Pelicans, and I think they're going to blow it up and just start over. So if you're going to reach out to the Pelicans, you got to ask about Herb Jones because if you compare him next to guys like Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby, now you have some depth there. And all of a sudden, the Knicks are starting to turn the table when it comes to their bench. So I would look for some firepower at the six-man position. I would get another big man off the bench as well. I don't want to forget about that part, just to save Cat's legs for the playoffs. Because my biggest concern with the New York Knicks is all these heavy minutes that these starters are logging every single night just to win the basketball game. Look, the starting five is fantastic. There's no doubt about that. But if you're playing 40-plus minutes a night, what's going to happen? Well, even on a non-back-to-back, you might be tired at the next game. You might have to, take a quarter just to recover or get your head in the game, and that could be tough for a regular season. So if I'm the GM of the Knicks, I'm looking at the roster and look, I got my starting five figured out. I need to go out and get some bench pieces to help alleviate the minutes from the starters. Because I'm telling you right now, if this continues, you could risk injuries, you could risk fatigue. And then when you get to the playoffs, you just crash and burn because you played your starters 40-plus minutes a night. Now, I'm not going to be mad at Tibbs for that so much because I know people say, well, he always plays his starters all the time. I get that. I think a lot of it does have to do with the fact they don't have a bench right now. And if you can't trust your bench to score baskets and run an efficient offense and a defense, then you're going to play your starters more minutes. So, yeah, if I'm the Knicks, that's my biggest concern right now is improving this bench so you can just take the load off the starting line because they've been fantastic. I'm not going to lie. They've been looking really good when I've watched the Knicks. They move the ball well. They don't play hero ball. They're very unselfish as a basketball team. So you love to see that from the Knicks. Karl-Anthony Towns has bought into his role. He's looked really good out there, playing as a big man, getting you a ton of rebounds, not settling for jump shots. and get himself in position in the post area where he can get some easy baskets. And Brunson and Cat look really well, and it's a perfect second option for Jalen Brunson. So the trade that the Knicks made was a huge success. Now it just comes down to filling out the roster, finding the right pieces, because when you're building a contender, your biggest priority now is finding the right fits. So you got to go out there and look at the trade market. I don't know how much money they have for cap space going into this offseason, if they can add some bench pieces, but maybe you have someone you're developing. Maybe you draft someone. I don't know. The Knicks got to figure this out, because if they just let the starting five continue to ramp up all these minutes, injuries are inevitable, fatigue is inevitable, and you're just going to crash and burn in the playoffs. The Knicks have a golden opportunity, I believe, next year to win an NBA championship. I know that sounds crazy to some people. That's just my opinion. And the reason why I say that, because I'm looking at the potential starting five and what they're going to keep building this year. And they've been in the second round of the playoffs. They'll probably get to the second round again and lose to the Celtics. There's no shame in that. But for now, they just got to fill out the roster, find the right fits next to these guys, get a big man to back up Cat, get another wing for defense, and maybe get a point guard, scoring first point guard. That would be good. And just go from there, because what they have right now is not enough for their bench. They're starting five. Again, I love what I'm seeing from them. I love Mikal. He's been looking really good. He's getting like nights where he scores 40. OG Anunoby's solid. We know Jalen Brunson is doing his thing. They have a really good unit out there. And of course, Josh Hart. I mean, heart and soul of the Knicks. He's been fantastic. So they've got a lot going on. I just think they're a few more pieces away from taking that next step, but they're heading the right direction. The Knicks have really turned things around these last few years. And Knicks fans, you guys should be excited. As long as they continue to stay the course and build this chemistry around the starting five, and they can just find some guys who fit well. That's important. Finding the right fit. They're going to be heading the right direction. Big game tonight against the Thunder. That's going to be an interesting game. Curious to see if they can hold, to the fourth quarter, not have tired legs. Because, again, they were really good in that first half against the Thunder last week, and then the defense ratcheted up, and they just got tired. And, again, the Thunder is just a fantastic defense, too. It's tough to deal with them. But we'll see if they can sustain their legs and get a win tonight. That would be huge for the Knicks, just to beat the Thunder tonight. That'd be good, give them a lot of confidence going forward. Hope you guys enjoyed this video today. I'd love to hear your thoughts on the Knicks season so far. What do you think they need to improve upon? What do you think about their bench right now? And who would you target in the trade market to add more depth on this roster? Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.